and countless rallies, it's finally here. America decides. Hillary Clinton hopes she's done enough to become the country's first female president.
There is a clear choice in this election. A choice between division or unity.
Donald Trump fights to the final hours, repeating the message that's defined his campaign.
Do you want America to be ruled by the corrupt political class? Or do you want America to be ruled by you, the people? That's what it is.
And this is the prize. But whoever ends up here will lead a nation that is bitterly divided. You really don't like Hillary Clinton, do you?
Nope.
I hate her.
Yeah.
You hate her? I
Yes.
hate her.
It's just hard to feel that way when you don't really recognize your neighbor and know whether you can trust them.
We are live across the United States for the most important election here in a generation.
The other main news at 5. Prince Harry's warning. He says a line has been crossed over the media's interest in his new girlfriend. American actress Meghan Markle has been subjected to what he called a wave of abuse and harassment. And M&S takes drastic action as the high street giant sees profits plunge.
Hello and welcome to 5 News. I'm Sian Williams, live in Washington, D.C. and this is it. It's decision day. The campaigning has stopped, the voting has begun. Across America, 150 million people are making a momentous decision. Should Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump be their next president, the most powerful leader in the world? Well, the queues started early. They grew quickly and they were long. This was Charlotte in North Carolina, busy too in Youngstown, Ohio. Both of those key states. While the line outside this polling station in Arlington, Virginia was already growing first thing this morning. After a grueling final day of rallies crisscrossing the United States, both candidates have cast their votes. Now, they can only wait. In a moment, we'll report from Donald Trump's camp. First, though, our political editor, Andy Bell, on Hillary Clinton's hopes of becoming the first ever female president.
No one can say exactly when this election began, but it ends today. As America woke up, millions across the country headed out to cast their ballots. What no one knows is how many voters are on the move, shifting traditional loyalties, maybe enthusiastically backing one candidate, perhaps simply voting to keep the other one out. Hillary Clinton voted early this morning near her home in New York State, accompanied by husband Bill. She could only have had a couple of hours sleep as her punishing schedule went deep into last night. In Philadelphia, she was joined on stage by familiar faces.
Can't start a fire.
Bruce Springsteen providing the music, the Obamas providing political star power. America's first black president and first lady calling on voters to elect the country's first female president.
A country where a passionate, outspoken young woman, determined to do all the good she can go on to break the highest, hardest glass ceiling and become our president.
They have been rivals, but that is now in the past. They are firmly on the same side today.
There is a clear choice in this election. A choice between division or unity. Between an economy that works for everyone or only those at the top.
So now the campaigns are finished, it's over to the voters. Here in New York, Hillary Clinton is expected to win.
And why is she getting your vote?
Because she's not him, most of all.
That's the most important thing.
I would never vote for a misogynist sex assaulter.
I believe Hillary's corrupt. I know Trump's not the best candidate, but I can't support anyone like Hillary Clinton.
Okay, do you think he's got a chance?
Yes, I do.
He probably ran this race as a joke and didn't think he would get this far. And here he is right now.
So is it more a vote against him rather than for her?
It's more against him.
Who for?
Hillary.
She goes into today the favourite, but Americans have watched a strange and unpredictable election play out, and it could have one more surprise. Andy Bell, 5 News, New York.
Well, Hillary Clinton is the bookies' favourite, but if Donald Trump is to become president, and there's a very good chance he could, there are certain states he really needs to win. One of them is Florida, where he currently holds a narrow lead over Hillary Clinton. It's a place where the voters' decision counts more than most. Julian Drucker has been to Miami to gauge the mood.
It is the checkmate state. This election could come down to the decision made in the key battleground of Florida, and very often does. 13 million Floridians are eligible to vote, but a record number of them, more than 6 million, had already done so prior to today. We now know that early voting over the last few weeks has given Hillary Clinton a very slim lead, so it really does come down to the decisions made in ballot stations like this today. We observed the numbers at this Miami station from early this morning. Latino voter Nina told us why Clinton trumped Trump on reaching out to her community.
They worked so hard to actually get here, and this country was founded on immigrants, and her message is that, opposing Trump's message. I think hopefully it's a big swing for her, but I know a lot of Latins that are also voting for Trump.
Others had a less ringing endorsement of the choices on offer. And for Eric, making a decision was agony.
I was so tormented as to who I might vote for that I waited to the last possible minute to actually cast my vote.
This really is the last possible minute, isn't it? And you've decided today then?
I decided literally today. And I'm not going to tell you who. You saw what happened in Britain, right? All of the polls were wrong, and the system got shocked. So I think anything can happen today.
The Brexit factor is something Donald Trump has mentioned frequently. He cast his own vote this morning after spending the last 24 hours of the campaign in a frenzied crisscrossing of the country. Mr. Trump attended rallies in Florida, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and ending in Michigan.
When you step into that voting booth today, it's now today, there is one core question for you to consider. Do you want America to be ruled by the corrupt political class? Or do you want America to be ruled by you, the people? That's what it is.
There's not long left. All these voters have to do is decide who gets the biggest job in the world. No pressure then.
Julian Drucker in Miami. Well, with all 50 states going to the polls in 6 different time zones, there is a very long night of results ahead. So what should we all be looking out for as it unfolds? It all gets underway at 11 p.m. UK time when the first polls close in Indiana and Kentucky. The first exit polls are published at midnight by Virginia and Georgia. In the past, these have proved accurate at predicting the next president. Over the next couple of hours, key states to look out for include Ohio, Florida and New Hampshire. If Donald Trump doesn't win these states, he'll be in trouble. At 4 a.m, the polls close in California, the biggest election prize, and we already know that'll go to the Democrats. And we could know who'll be the next president of the United States as early as 5 a.m. TV and radio stations often start calling it around this time, followed by a concession speech by the losing candidate. But it could be unclear for days or even weeks if it comes down to recounts or a candidate refuses to concede. And this contest is the closest in years. Well, let's get the very latest picture now. Julian Drucker is in that key swing state of Florida. First, though, to our political editor, Andy Bell, who joins us from New York. Andy, it has been a long, rather extraordinary campaign. What are your thoughts as we near the finish line?
Well, Sian, what has made it extraordinary is this eruption of Donald Trump into the electoral process. It is the Trump factor which has really transformed this election. I remember being in Iowa in February, people saying, could he really get the Republican nomination? Well, he swept everyone else away. And I think because of him, this has been much more of an election about personalities rather than policies, not just his, but Hillary Clinton's too. And we are finishing this election with the two main candidates, the most unpopular, according to the polls, that Americans have ever had to choose between. It has been bruising and divisive, and at the end of it, someone is going to have the job of trying to put it all back together again.
Very true. Thank you, Andy. Julian, whoever wins Florida normally takes the White House. So brings up to date, what is the feeling right there now?
Sian, Florida was the tightest battle of all the states in 2012 and the last to declare its result, and that was with the really popular Barack Obama, so this really could be the clincher. The signs look fairly good for Hillary Clinton. Florida has one of the largest ethnic populations in America, and in that early voting, we now know that 36% more Hispanics took part in that than in the entire 2012 election. Given all his talk of building walls, it's thought that not many of those Hispanic pens will hover near the name Donald Trump.
Julian, thank you. Well, the result could have huge implications back in Britain. Our alliance with America is incredibly close. It goes back many years. And after Brexit, it may be more crucial than ever. Our chief correspondent, Tessa Chapman, reports.
Who wins the White House matters here too. For decades, different US presidents have met British prime ministers and worked together, an evolving special relationship. So what would a Trump or Clinton victory mean? Sir Malcolm Rifkind was Foreign Secretary in the early 1990s. He knows how America votes matters to the world, and he's scared.
It's absolutely ghastly. I cannot recall anything like it over the last 40 years. Normally, we take the view that an American president is of very great importance to the wider world, but whoever is chosen, we can live with, we can work easily with. We have a pretty good idea of what's involved. Now we haven't the faintest idea.
In an American diner in London, customers are talking politics over lunch. Ask them about the potential impact here, and they don't mince their words about Trump.
I think he's like a dangerous person to have with that much power. It's like America is such a big power, and obviously our prime ministers will have to deal with him like a child, though. It is like dealing with a child. They'll have to babysit him, literally.
Difficult choice to make because neither candidate are really showing the best part of their characters, but also the best part of USA. I think Clinton doesn't look a trustworthy character. Donald Trump, you can trust what he's saying, but what he's saying is absolutely dreadful. What choice have you got out of those two? I don't know how you're going to make that choice.
Post-Brexit, you might have thought the main concern would be potential British-American trade deals. But it's a mark of the campaign that what is really worrying people is foreign policy.
I think it's quite important that we, the world is, the American people aren't led by a buffoon, really. So I think that's important for the whole world, not just for me.
I lived here for 46 years, and I'm worried about, if you consider this my country, I'm worried about my country to be following America all the way, all the time.
But whether it is Clinton or Trump, this former ambassador says the special relationship won't break down.
Fundamental point about it is that it's not based simply on history or on sentiment, it's based on common interests. And that is why it has survived through all changes of president and all changes of prime minister ever since World War II. And it will continue to survive.
As America decides, Britain watches on, perhaps more closely than ever before. Tessa Chapman, 5 News.
Coming up on 5 News, Matt's got the rest of the day's stories for you, and I'll be speaking to voters in West Virginia about one of America's most divisive election campaigns. We'll see you after the break.
You put in a cocktail of painkillers, so they had an effect on my blood. I'm a miracle healer. I think I was a vampire in full life. I wouldn't change a thing. If I had to go through it all again, I'd go through it all again.
Pete Burns, The Last Interview, tonight at 10 on Channel 5.
When it comes to your healthcare, it's important to feel you're in good hands. As an AXA PPP healthcare member, our Fast Track appointment service gives you quick and convenient access to treatment where and when you need it, so you can get back to being yourself again. Take out personal health insurance with AXA PPP Healthcare today and get 2 months free cover. Call AXA PPP Healthcare now on 0800 707 6789 or search AXA PPP.
away with it, Roy Willis.
A family out for revenge. One man stands in their way.
I'm no good at making threats. No, you're doing grand.
You've taken this too far. We haven't taken this far enough.
Ian Glenn returns in the gripping crime drama.
Justice isn't always in the courtroom.
The new season of Jack Taylor starts 17th of November on Channel 5.
Welcome back. You're watching 5 News. Marks & Spencer is closing 30 of its clothes and homeware stores because of disappointing sales. It's announced a huge fall in profits of 88%. As part of a plan to transform the business, bosses are planning to open around 200 of its more profitable Simply Food shops.
We think we've been fairly robust in our work, and we think that we've had a good look into the future in terms of the shape of online shopping, and we think that we've got a plan to make sure that we've got full coverage in the UK. We can maintain the sales in our clothing and home division, not retreat, maintain the sales in our clothing and home, and grow our food business.
A British banker has been jailed for life for the sadistic murders of 2 women in Hong Kong. Rurik Jutting killed his victims at his apartment there 2 years ago. Prince Harry has launched a fierce attack on the press over its treatment of his new girlfriend. In a rare and strongly worded statement, the Prince said Meghan Markle had been subjected to a wave of abuse and harassment. He said he is worried about her safety, as our royal correspondent Simon Viger explains.
It's official. Kensington Palace has confirmed American actress Meghan Markle is the new girlfriend of Prince Harry.
Housing court? I could win at housing court.
She's in the US legal drama Suits, and today's statement comes with a stark legal warning. The palace says she's been harassed by photographers and abused online and in the papers. The statement from Kensington Palace describes the nightly legal battles to keep defamatory stories out of papers, her mother having to struggle past photographers in order to get to her front door, the attempts of reporters and photographers to gain illegal entry to her home, and the calls to police that followed. Back when she was plain Kate Middleton, William called in the lawyers to stop this. Rewind another 25 years and there was this. For obvious reasons, both Diana's sons are determined to take on the paparazzi. The palace statement is an unprecedented cry from the heart. It continues, Prince Harry is worried about Miss Markle's safety and is deeply disappointed that he has not been able to protect her. He knows commentators will say this is the price she has to pay and that this is all part of the game. He strongly disagrees. This is not a game, it is her life and his. Behind palace railings, Harry craves the one thing he can't have, normality. Harry may well be the world's most eligible bachelor, but becoming his girlfriend does have its downsides, and is why previous relationships have failed. A source close to the prince told me that more than once Harry has said, "Who wants to take on all that baggage?" The journalist who broke the story of Harry and Meghan says today's intervention is significant.
Well, what's interesting about this statement is on one hand he's trying to kind of close the floodgates from a media perspective, but he's actually telling us quite a lot about the seriousness of this relationship. He wouldn't go to these lengths if it wasn't serious, if he didn't care about this girl deeply, and there's this desire to protect her.
As a star in her own right, Meghan knows a little about dealing with publicity, but nothing can prepare anyone for the day they date a prince. Simon Viger, 5 News.
Welcome back to another beautiful day in Washington. We are nearly there. After a presidential race that's lasted many months, we should know the winner in less than 12 hours' time. But whatever the result, this is a campaign that has caused deep divisions among many Americans. I've travelled to the town of Manassas in Virginia. It's about an hour's drive from here. And I found neighbourhoods, friends, even families who feel torn apart.
Lord, save this nation.
They're praying for a Trump victory here in Manassas, Virginia, and if divine intervention doesn't work, they're hoping the Trump daughters will. Ivanka and Tiffany are preaching to the converted. In this hall, there's only one option for president.
What he's done is petty compared to what she's done is criminal.
You really don't like Hillary Clinton, do you?
Nope.
I hate her.
Yeah.
You hate her? I hate her.
There's shady people in general. Plus most of my people that support the Hillary
group they're not very smart in general. They're all either crazy social justice warriors or feminists.
My daughter, I have a daughter who was a Hillary supporter, but I managed to convince her to vote for Mr. Trump.
Not everyone has. Here, many families are still divided.
Oh, absolutely. I have twin sisters, and I know one of them will vote Democrat, so I'm going to cancel her vote.
But you love her just the same.
Oh, I love her. Love her, yeah. It's like your children, you know. They may do bad things, but you still love them.
There's little love for Donald Trump on the other side of town. This house is busy promoting Hillary Clinton in a divided neighborhood, and some worry what'll happen if he wins.
Everyone feels so strongly about their candidate and can't quite understand the other side. And so there's this sense of just not really feeling like we're in it together at all. It's just hard to feel that way when you don't really recognize your neighbor and know whether you can trust them.
I just think they're concerned about what's going to happen if for some unbelievable reason he gets in. Breaking up families, uprooting people's lives. It's kind of scary to think about.
Many know that after all this, they'll have to live and work alongside those they profoundly disagree with. But they're not all despondent.
My neighbor next door is Republican. He's a great guy.
And you will shake hands with your neighbor, even if they voted for the person you think is the wrong guy.
Yeah, well, I would shake hands, and I would probably try to initiate a civil discussion. And we can always agree to disagree, but I think it's important to understand the other person's point of view. Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere in this country.
This battle has pitched brother against sister, friend against neighbor. But there's hope here too, that in the days and months to come, the United States of America will strive for unity and not division, whoever becomes president.
Sean talking to the people who decide in West Virginia. Well, today, for the first time in a long time, the pressure is off the nominees. The onus is now on those people. They are making perhaps the biggest decision of their lives, one that could affect us all. No one can say with any certainty who will win, but this time tomorrow we'll be talking of a new president of the United States of America. We're back at 6:30 and we'll be speaking to a leading Republican analyst and a former advisor to President Obama about today's vote. And tomorrow we're back with that all-important result as we found out what it means for the future of this country and the rest of the world. But for now, from me and the team in London and Sean and the team in Washington, D.C., thanks for watching. We'll see you in an hour's time. Bye-bye.